Miss Cammie here. How are you? Today we are going to be talking about consent. That's a pretty big word, isn't it? So can you try saying it with me a couple times? Consent. Can you say that? Very good. Consent is a word that means we're giving permission or we're saying yes or no to something. So that is what consent means. So even though it's a new word and it's a big word, I think you'll find that you've used the word consent probably many times before with your family and friends. So we're going to read a little story about consent to learn more. This is a story about my friend Finn. C is for Consent by Eleanor Morrison. Okay? It's time for a party with family and friends. Grandma wants a hug, but Finn isn't in the mood. That's okay, says Dad. You don't have to give hugs if you don't want to. Grandpa leans down to give Finn a kiss. Please ask for consent first. Grandpa asks, may I kiss you on the cheek? Finn replies, yes, you may. Auntie and Uncle want Finn to sit with them. Come sit on my lap. They say, no, you have to sit on my lap. Finn says, no, thank you. I don't want to sit on anyone's lap. I don't have to if I don't want to. So let's talk about that for a minute, you guys. What do you think? Do you think that Auntie and Uncle are going to be mad at Finn if he said no, he doesn't want to sit on their lap? What do you think about that? No, that's right. They should not be mad. They should respect that it's Finn's choice because Finn's the boss of his body. Okay? And do you think you could tell a grown-up no if you feel uncomfortable about a touch, or if they want you to do something that makes you feel uncomfortable? Is it okay to say no to that person, even if it's a grown-up? What do you guys think about that? That's right. Even if it's a grown-up and it may be hard to tell them no, we still need to speak up and say something if something makes us feel uncomfortable. So it is okay to tell someone no, even a grown-up. Okay? All right. Mom's friend gives Finn a present. Does that mean that Finn has to hug or kiss that person? What do you guys think? Only if he wants to. Okay? Maybe Finn could high five or fist bump instead. Or maybe he doesn't want to be touched at all. And that's okay because it's his choice what happens to his body. Okay? Finn is happy to see his best friend, Rue. He asks, may I hold your hand? It is okay for you to say no. Rue replies, yes, you may hold my hand. Thank you for asking first. Let's talk about that for a minute. Did Rue give her consent for holding Finn's hand? What did you guys think? Remember, consent means to give permission or to say yes or no. So did Finn and Rue do a good job with that? Yep, I think they did, okay, because they asked each other first. And she said, yes, you may hold my hand. What are some other ways that Finn and Rue could have given consent or permission for holding each other's hands? What are some other words that they could have said? Right, they could have said yes, or sure, or I'd like to, or that's okay. So those are some other examples of ways or words that we can say that means yes, we give consent or permission. Okay? Did you guys like that book? I loved that book. That book gave us some great examples of ways that we might need to ask for consent or permission. What are some other things that we could ask someone's consent for, or other times in our life when we may have to ask someone's consent or permission? Okay, so let's give some ideas. How about giving hugs? How about giving kisses? You should always get consent or permission to give someone a kiss. How about touching another person? You should definitely ask for permission or consent. How about borrowing something from somebody? And sharing. So do you guys think those are all times where we should get someone's consent or permission? Okay. What if we do not want to give consent or we want to tell somebody no? And what if it's somebody like a grown-up or an older kid? Is that okay? Remember, we talked about Finn, and it was okay for Finn to say no if he didn't like it. We have to be brave, just like Courage the lion. It is really important that we speak up and say no to touches that we don't like or to make us feel uncomfortable, and that's okay. So what are some other ways or words we can use to say no to something or not give our consent to a touch that we don't like? Let's get some ideas together. We could say, no, I don't feel like it right now. Would that be okay? You could say, maybe later. You could say, I don't like that. You could say, please stop. You could say, no, thank you. Or if it's an emergency, or if it's a stranger that's touching you, or if it's somebody that's touching you in one of the private places on your body, you need to just say no, real strong, and then get away from that person and tell a grown-up, okay? This was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed my story about Finn. We'll see you guys in a bit. Hey friends, let's practice a little bit more. So you guys are doing a great job with understanding the word consent. So let's practice everything that you guys have learned by playing doctor. Do you guys want to play doctor real quick? Have you visited the doctor before? So if you have, you've heard the nurse or the doctor say things like, can I listen to your heart? Or can I give you a shot in the arm? Or I'm going to check your temperature now. Is that okay? So when they're doing those things, they are asking you for consent or for your permission. So Miss Kristen and I are going to practice, and we're going to show you how you can play doctor at home with your mom or your dad, and there's a doctor kit in your bag that you can use to practice this with. So I'm going to practice with my friend, Miss Kristen. So I'm going to be the doctor first. Is that okay? Yeah. And so we're going to pretend. So pretend I'm the doctor. What are you in for today, Miss Kristen? Are you not feeling well?
Well, my tummy really hurts and I feel really hot.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. The first thing we're going to do is check your temperature. Is it okay if I check your temperature?
Sure, Dr.
Okay.
Cammy.
And I'm going to do that by putting the thermometer in your ear. Is that okay with you?
Yep, that's okay with me, Dr.
Okay.
Cammy.
So see? All right. Ooh, you do have a little bit of a fever.
Oh, no.
But did you notice that I asked Miss Kristen's consent or permission before I touched her and before I took her temperature? And how did she give me consent? What did she do or say that let me know that it was okay? She said, sure. She said, sure, that was okay. All right. So now we're going to switch, and Miss Kristen's going to be the doctor, and I'm going to be the patient. So do you want this to be the doctor?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Miss Cammy. What brings you in today?
Well, I'm really nervous because I have to get a flu shot today.
Oh, no. Getting shots can be very scary. However, you'll just feel a little prick and it will only last a second. I'm going to give you a shot right here in your arm. Is that okay with you?
Yes, that's okay, but I am going to close my eyes.
Okay. On the count of 3, I'm going to do it. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
wasn't so bad, was
that
it?
wasn't bad at all. Okay, so those are some examples of ways that Miss Kristen and I showed you that a doctor or a nurse would ask for consent or giving permission, okay? So now you can practice at home with your doctor kit and make sure that you take turns with your family so that you can practice both being the doctor and being the patient, okay? And when you're finished, there is a coloring sheet of a doctor in your folder so you can color that. All right, great work today. I am so proud of how hard you worked and learned all about that new word, consent. Bye, friends.
Bye.